everybody? It's your girl Logan, it's your boy Ben, and we are here. This segment right now is called Questions with Kids. Are you the kid or am I the kid today? Do you want to be the teacher?
Yeah.
All right, I'm the kid. All right, sweet. So, teacher Logan, what is our first question here?
How can we know that God hears all prayers?
I love it. How can we know that God hears our prayers? Any ideas? No. Okay, that's all right. What do we do when we don't know? We're humble and we look up the answer. So I have a verse ready for us. It's in the book of Psalm, verse 16. Do you see what it says? It says, But
I called to God, and the Lord will save me, evening and morning. And at noon I told my complaint.
And moan. Perfect. All right. So in other versions too, it says, I call to God and he will save me, but also answer me. It's nice to know that God hears us when we pray. That is such a good thing to know. And sometimes I get it. A lot of times we pray and it's like we don't just like hear an answer. Sometimes we see an answer. And sometimes God gives us a different answer, right? You've maybe heard sometimes God will say, yes, right? You pray for something and it happens. Sometimes you pray and then it doesn't happen. And later on, we're grateful. And then sometimes it might just be a wait, right? Yes, no, or wait. But God always answers our prayer. Can you think of like sometimes like maybe, let's say your brother Asher asked your mom to borrow the keys so he could go to Publix. What do you think your mom should say?
No.
Yeah, sometimes mom knows better. And here's the secret. God always knows better. So no matter how like badly Asher wants to go to the grocery, sometimes God knows better, mom knows better, right? So it's a good thing we don't have all knowledge. Now, another reason sometimes we might not hear an answer is because like our lesson, sin, do you remember sin separates us from God, right? If you're super far from your parents, like your mom's in Publix and she's super far from you and she's trying to tell you something and she's so far, are you gonna hear what she says?
No.
No way! So we gotta get closer. So I like to do this little exercise. It's math. It's super easy math. We gotta think of Logan plus what makes us closer to Jesus. And we just wanna do more of it. I'll give you an example. Mr. Ben plus a hot shower, closer to Jesus. You're like, what? What are you talking about, Mr. Ben? Seriously, Logan, when I take a shower, I have no sounds, no thoughts. It's some of my best time with the Lord. Here's another one. Ben plus a hot cup of coffee in the morning by myself in my quiet time, closer to God. Can you think of anything that when you do it, you feel closer?
No.
That's okay. We can keep thinking. How about when you're in nature sometimes? Ben or Logan plus being at Wekiva Springs, seeing like the ahinga bird, seeing an alligator, seeing all of God's creation, it makes you closer to God. So in the same way that we can do things that will bring us closer to God, there's things that will separate us from God, right? So we got to know what those are too. Ben plus too much time on my phone, right? This usually always separates me from God. Ben plus sin, like if I'm gossiping or if I'm lying, separates me from God. So we got to do mathematics. We got to find what gets us closer to God and finds what separates us from God. And then a lot of times that's going to help us hear what he has to say to us. All right, guys. Thank you, Logan. You killed it. Woo! That's it, baby.